and our presentation ceremony 2022 and 23. I'm Alan and would be the moderator of the ceremony tonight. Let me share the presentation material first. Just a minute. Okay, first of all, please observe the following rules. Please do not record this personally and just enjoy the presentation and the ceremony. First of all, let's see the event rundown. We will have an opening speech by our chairman, Dr. CM Lee, and an update on the student project competition by Mr. C.S. Chen. Afterwards, we have the presentation of awards, certificate of appreciation, and photo taking. Afterwards, we have a student to present her project, and we'll have some membership update for all of us. Finally, we'll have a Q&A section and a closing remark. First of all, may we invite Dr. CM Lee, the chair of IOSH Hong Kong Branch 2023 and 24, for delivering an opening speech. Dr. Lee, please.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and participants. Today, we gather here for the IOSH Hong Kong Student Research Project Competition and Award Presentation Ceremony. First of all, on behalf of IOSH Hong Kong, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the participants. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee of the IOSH Hong Kong and supporting organization, Hong Kong U Space, Hong Kong Poly U, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, and HKMU, Lee Ka-shing School of Professional and Continuing Education. Special thanks to the panel of judges, IOSH Hong Kong, Honorary Advisor Mr. C.S. Chen, and our EC member, Alan Chen, for their efforts in promoting academic excellence and cultivating a positive city culture. Their hard work and dedication have paved the way for this platform and are allowing our winners to present their remarkable research findings and recommendations here. To our winner, your contribution not only enhance our understanding of city practice, but also inspire others to strive for excellence in the field of occupational health and safety. Lastly, I would like to congratulate all the winners. I encourage you to continue making a positive impact in the field of safety. And once again, let us continue to work together in creating safer and healthier environments for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Next, may we invite the champion of the competition, Mr. C.S. Chen, for sharing update about the student project competition. Mr. Chen, please.
呢個咪可以大聲少少啊？咦？喂，得。OK。OK。OK。 冇聲啊？
聽到啊，
聽唔聽到啊？
前面咧就呢個，跟住你先啊。
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to present the introduction of this program. We call it Student Research Project Competition and Representation. This is a very meaningful event. Emphasize sharing, communication, and networking. So I really hope this program can run regularly. Okay, so that's why I'm happy to be the champion of the organizing committee. And also thank Dr. Lee, our chairman, recommend me to be the honor advisor for this period. Thank you very much. I will try my best to be the advisor. Okay, this is the program. And this program, we call it student competition. Started in 2012 and 13. And tonight is a live event. Okay? And the purpose of this competition aims to promote IOSH membership, accredited courses, as well as professional networking, including, of course, the universities. Here we have 3 universities who run the academic programs: Hong Kong Space, in parts of Greenwich, and also PolyU, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, and of course, Hong Kong Metropolitan University in partnership with Middlesex University. So I thank them very much about the university's cooperation and efforts in running this program with us. Without them, we cannot operate this program. So we target the competition aiming at the final year projects of the research project for BSc and MSc. Okay, so these are our aim, BSc and MSc. So there are 2 streams. So we aim for sharing. That is the purpose. Without sharing, we don't know your idea. So we should share to all people concerned. So from this platform, student winners have a good opportunity to share their projects and telling us their research findings, recommendations, and conclusions. And this may benefit the field of safety and health. Okay. Hopefully, this could also lead to cooperation with universities in the areas of health and safety research. And hopefully, we can attract more young persons to join our membership. So we emphasize communication, sharing, and networking. That's our purpose. That's why we run this program. The purpose is communicate, share, and network. So we emphasize professional networking, strengthen our teamwork. And you can see we have run this program between 2013 and 2022. So you can see lots of activities between 2013 and the last year, 2022. You see the last year all look serious because they wear masks because of the pandemic, and yet we still insist to organize this event because we love safety, we love promotion. That's the purpose. So that's the point. You can see, I always believe. I always believe we don't meet people by accident. Everyone is meant to cross our path for a reason. What is the reason we are here? We have a common goal. It's the OSH that brings us together. Agree? That's why we are here. So everyone is meant to cross our path for a reason. Our reason is OSH. That's the point. Birds of a feather flock together. So we are the birds of the same feather of OSH. So that's why we flock together. Okay? So these are like activities, communication, networking, and sharing. So I hope this program will run regularly. That's the purpose why I'm happy to be the champion of the organizing committee. Okay, now we're talking about communication and sharing. I like this because it can strengthen relationship, enhance understanding and cooperation. In fact, it's a key management tool which can be used for promoting safety and awareness. So we emphasize sharing and communication. Talking about sharing, on this opportunity, I would like to mention about our Hong Kong branch newsletter of the latest issue, because we have a new page, set up a new page called Safety Message Corner. So that emphasize sharing from members, from their safety views. It's really good. I wish to thank Felix Choi, managing editor, for initiating and starting this new page. So everybody, member, can share the safety view through this newsletter. So I hope more participants can support this program, Safety Message Corner. Okay. As said by Lee, you can have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get them across, your ideas won't get you anywhere. So that's why sharing is important. So I do hope more members will participate and support our Safety Message Corner. And look forward to seeing all your brilliant ideas of safety. That is the point. I wish to also mention this because that's important. So prepare to share your views. Be generous. Okay, let's have load your ideas. Now we come to the competition. This year, there are two main streams. Normally, we have two main streams, BSc and MSc. And MSc stream, they have two disciplines. One is safety, health, and environment. And the one is occupational hygiene. And these streams are organized by the Hong Kong U Space in partnership with the Greenwich University. And also BS stream, also Hong Kong U Space also run a BSc program, Safety, Health, and Environment, also in partnership with Greenwich University. Okay, so, and besides this, Hong Kong Metro U also runs the BSc stream with partnership of Middlesex University, Occupational Safety, Health, and Environment. And PolyU also runs the Environmental Safety and Health by the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. So we have 3 universities. All these streams will participate in our competition. So thanks to them, for the program leaders, to support us. Okay, so we are judging panels. We have 2 panels, one for BSc program, one for MSc program. And for the awards, we have 2 grades. One is first place award, and the other is merit award. For first place award, at least they should get the marks at least 75% or more. And for the merit award, at least 65%. And I take this opportunity to thank all the judges for the efforts and enthusiasm in helping us to mark the papers. Thank you them very much. So now we come to the results of this year. Totally, we have 8 awardees. 1 getting first place award, and the others merit award. Yukali Siuman Horn is from Hong Kong U Space with Greenwich University. And Chen Yun Ting, Cheng Lai Si, Xin Chek Kei are from the Hong Kong Metro U in partnership with Greenwich Middlesex University. And while the other 3, the Li Yan Yi, Jie Men Tek, and Yang Chong Wen, is from the PolyU Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Thanks to them for their support. Okay, but we are 8 awardees, but only a few tonight available to attend this ceremony. Only a few. Anyway, I wish to thank them for their presence. And particularly, I wish to thank Yuka Lee, who got the first place award, and also she's willing to present her paper. So later, we will listen to Yuka Lee's talk about his first place award paper. And his topic is occupational heat stress management investigation in hospital laundry. Heat stress is still a hot topic, although winter will be coming soon, because we can also prepare for the next summer. Or we always have heat stress, next summer and next summer. So there is still a hot topic. So I am prepared to listen her topic, heat stress management in hospital laundry. Okay. Thank you to Yuka Lee. Now, talking about Yuka Lee, the first place award, the aim of her study is to assess and evaluate the heat stress management program in hospital laundry and to prevent or minimize the risk of heat-treated illnesses when working in hot environment. Okay, and her objectives are 4, stated very clearly, and they are the 4. You can read them, so I don't want word by word. Anyway, so I think later on she will talk about this in detail. Okay, finally, that's the end of my introduction. But because I talk of the first place awardee, Yuka Lee, I think let's have a short break for award presentation ceremony, photo taking, and networking. Maybe Alan Chen follow up.
Oh, thank you.
It's your turn now.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chen.
Thank you.
Center stage 嘅嘢，咁陣間喺企度。Okay, thank you, Mr. Chen. So, in this competition, as Mr. C.S. Chen shared, we have invited 6 very experienced OSH professionals to become the judges and offer valuable advice to the students. They include Mr. C.S. Chen, Engineer Poon Yap Ming, and Dr. Sammy Wen, and Mr. Lo Hon Young Andy, Mr. Ma Chi Sing, and Dr. Wan Chi Hong Alan. Tonight we have Mr. Poon, Mr. Chen, and Dr. Wen here to receive the certificate. And Mr. Andy Lo is not well today, and Dr. Nicole Yu will collect the certificate for him. So may we invite Mr. Poon, Mr. Chen, Dr. Yu, and Dr. Wen to come over to the stage and receive the certificate. Would Dr. CM Lee please come and present the certificates for the judges? Dr. Lee, please.一齊。係，好，唔該晒，好。 個老師都照影一次，
因為佢係好威 free band 嘅，不過應該佢喺網上，係啊，繼續。咁所有 judges 啊，
我出嚟一齊。先喺中間啦，先喺中間。咁而家後面呢兩係咪？OK。呢個派啊，所以今年咧係咯，無時無咁今年嘅啫。OK 啊，好，而家有繼續講啦。Thank you for the honorable justice and Dr. Lee. Would Dr. Lee please keep in the stage, and you would be presenting another award for the student. So in this student project competition, there are two types of awards, the first pay award and the merit award. First of all, may we invite Dr. CM Lee to present the first pay award for Ms. Yu Ka Lee, who has undertaken the Hong Kong U Space Master of Science in Occupational Hygiene. She will also present her project with us. Would Ms. Yu Ka Lee please come to the stage and receive the award? Okay, thank you, Dr. Lee. Next, we will now move on to the presentation of Merit Award. First of all, may we invite Mr. C.S. Chen for presenting the Merit Award for Mr. Siu Hon Man, who has undertaken the Hong Kong U Space Master of Science in Occupational Safety, Health and Environment. Would Mr. Siu please come on the stage and receive the award? Hong Kong U Space. Okay, just keep in the stage. Would let's take a good photo for staff and student of Hong Kong U Space. Would the supervisor, Mr. Michael Leung, Dr. Frankie Wong, Dr. Lam and Mr. Dixon Leung, and Kerry Yu, please come to take a photograph together for Hong Kong U Space. Dr. Lee also please come to take a photo together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we are going to present the Merit Award for HAMU, the course of HAMU. The Merit Award belongs to Miss Chen Yun Teng, Miss Cheng Lai Si, and Xin Chok Kei. Oh, okay, fine. I repeat the awardee names again. It's include Chen Yun Teng, Cheng Lai Si, and Xin Chok Kei. 3 stars. As Ms. Cheng Lai Si is not available for collecting an award, may we invite Ms. Tracy Low, the program coordinator, collect on her behalf. Please come to the stage and receive the award. And may Mr. C.S. Chen to present the award for the student. 冼卓琪喺度啊，冼卓琪喺度啊，係喺度啊。Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations. Now may we invite Mr. CHN to stay in the stage. And we are presenting the awards for Hong Kong Poly U. 3 students of Hong Kong Poly U obtained the merit award, including Ms. Li Yan Yi, Mr. Che Man Tek, Mr. Yang Chun Wang, who are the undergraduate students of BSc Honor in Environmental and Occupational Safety and Health. As Mr. Che Man Tek is not available for collecting the certificate, may we invite Dr. Lee Ko Yu to collect on his behalf. Please come to the stage and collect the award. Would the supervisor, Professor Vincent Ho, please also here and support the event? Let me click the screen of Professor Ho. 等等啊 Let me find.
唔係你編，你撳呢個係啦，可以拉翻大佢。
Thank you very much. Okay. So let's all award these judges, project coordinators, and students. Please come together to the stage and take a good photograph. Please come, Dr. Lee, please, Mrs. Chen, please, and all student judges and program coordinators. Thank you very much. After the award presentation ceremony, it is our pleasure to have invited Ms. Yu Ka Lee, the first pay award winner, to present her project with us. Her project is Occupational Heat Stress Management Investigation in Hospital Laundry, whose Miss Liu, please come and share your project with us. Miss Liu, please.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to this presentation ceremony and giving me the opportunity to talk about the occupational heat stress management investigation in hospital laundry. This study was to investigate the heat stress management program in hospital laundry and to evaluate the effectiveness of the improved heat stress management program, and also learned about the current working situation for the employees, as well as their awareness of the heat disease by assessing the pre and post result of the intervention implemented. The results aroused interest to developing effective control measures and interventions to prevent or minimize the risk of heat-related illness when working in the hot environment. A combination of methods was used in this study, which includes literature review, content analysis, measurement, questionnaire, survey, and also the face-to-face interview. And this study was conducted in the hospital with a laundry department with a form of questionnaire and face-to-face interview starting in May to October 2022. As we all know that the climate in Hong Kong is hot and humid in summer, and under the COVID-19 pandemic all over the world, workers are added with burden as wearing masks, which relating the high risk of heat stress when working under hot environment. The machines that are often used in laundry industry daily, such as washing machine, clothes dryers, and steam ironing, generate high temperature, humid, and noise in the workplace, which leading the increase in body temperature, then finally to thermal illness, and also easy to cause mental stress and other health effects. Heat-related illness in the workplace has long been recognized as an occupational health concern. Staff who are exposed to heat or working in hot and humid environments may suffer from heat-related illness such as heat stress, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke if appropriate prevention measures are not taken, especially in summer days with the manual works. In hospital laundry, certain work activities may cause risk of heat-related illness under hot indoor environment. Large amount of heat will be produced in the work procedures like ironing and drying in the laundry department. Hence, the study to assess the heat stress management program in the hospital laundry was conducted to evaluate the existing control measures for providing a safer place to staff. So, what is heat stress? Heat stress is described as the net heat load exposed by a worker to environment, clothing factors, and metabolic heat. It may affect the health of the worker and increase the risk of heat-related disease. On the other hand, it could be explained as that the body dissipates the excess heat to the environment under abnormal situation while exposed to the very hot and humid environment for a long time. Areas such as factory, outdoor construction sites, steam tunnels, and also laundry are high-risk workplace, including the heat stress of the workers. Other than the temperature and humidity, workload, work time, radiant heat source, ventilation, as well as the heat condition like health condition like age, weight, medical condition of the workers are the main factors for heat stress condition. And the heat stress is a common problem in the hot workplace. Such extreme hot environment would cause many health problems and hazards to the workers. Working under the hot weather, the body temperature will rise quickly, sweating increase, and also increase in heart rate as response to release the heat for cool down. The core temperature will generally increase if the situation keep going and finally causing heat stress, which would trigger heat stroke that may associate with anxiety, confusion, loss of coordination, agitation, heat exhaustion, heat cramps, dehydration, etc. Besides, the machine in laundry would generate heat when there is cleansing, drying, and even ironing. The risk of injury and accident will also increase as workers have sweaty palms, fogged up safety glasses, and dizziness. Confusion, irritability, and other emotion stress would also distract the attention of the workers from tasks or ignore the safety procedures. Moreover, it is also a risk factor in cardiovascular disease and other work injuries, such as contact with hot surfaces or steam may cause burn to workers as well. Furthermore, studies show that the extreme high temperature imposes significant physical strain and health risks to workers who work outdoor under very hot environment and result in occupational illness, injury, and reduce the working enthusiasm and productivity or even death. The aim of this study was to assess and evaluate the heat stress management program in the hospital or laundry to prevent or minimize the risk of heat-related illnesses when working in the hot environment. And these are the objectives of the studies. As mentioned before, a combination of methods was used in the study that included literature review. Hong Kong's weather is a subtropical climate. In summer, it is hot and humid with afternoon temperature usually exceed 31 degrees Celsius and covered by the air with a humidity higher than 80%. Since late 1997, the operating system based on weather stress index WSI, which is called very hot weather warning, was implemented to alert the public to take necessary precautions for weather conditions under extreme temperature. From the data shows that the numbers of very hot days in Hong Kong have increased over the last 100 years. There was highest record with 54 number of very hot days in 2021 observed at the Hong Kong Observatory since 1884. According to the Hong Kong Observatory, in 2022 status record, it is the fourth longest period that the very hot weather warning signal has been hoisted, and the temperature has got about 35 degrees Celsius. There were at least 3 deaths recorded, which was heat-related. Under the combined effect of global warming and local urbanization, the increased trend in the average temperature and the annual number of very hot days in Hong Kong is shown. What's more, in Hong Kong, the local wind speed decreased significantly in the last few decades due to the dense urban development. The workers in Hong Kong is threatened by such hot weather in Hong Kong nowadays, and the hot and humid summer combined with ventilation reduced in the urban area may pose great health impact to humans related to the heat conditions, especially for the elderly, people with chronic disease, outdoor workers, etc. And some review shows that there is a relationship of global warming that is leading to the growing number of heat-related disease as well as a general increase in mortality. For working in the hot summer outdoors, it is commonly suggested that having the rest in the daytime and work at nighttime to avoid the hot and humid environment. However, the greenhouse effect gas create effects affects the atmosphere with not big difference with both ambient temperature and humidity, thus making the solution impossible. Study shows that the extreme high temperature imposes significant physical strain and health risk to workers who work outdoor under the very hot environments and result in occupational illness, injury, and reduce the work enthusiasm and productivity or even death. When a human body is imposed by a thermal environment which generating pressure or discomfort, the metabolism increased and lost the heat energy generated, as well as induces psychological reactions like skin temperature and heart rate increase, sweating, and increasing core temperature for thermoregulatory by increasing heat loss to the environment through the skin evaporation. Consequently, health restoration developed and causing heat stress as one of the most harmful physical agents in workplace, which would trigger heat stroke that may associate with anxiety, confusion, and etc. Finally, and Most acute symptoms would appear together, such as extreme fatigue, hot skin or reddened face, heavy perspiration, vomiting, diarrhea as an early indicator. Besides, the risk of injury and accident would also increase as workers have sweating palms, fog up, safety glasses, and dizziness. And such things would also distract the attention of the workers from tasks or ignore safety procedure. Moreover, it is also the risk factor in cardiovascular disease and also other work injury. Furthermore, the body mechanism would be overwhelmed by the very hot environment and leading to fetal condition. Working outdoor under the high temperature and humidity exposure, but poor air ventilation with the physical demanding works increase the physical stress of the workers during the day. The risk of workers to heat stress who work outdoor and has been increased. It was identified the high-risk groups that vulnerable in heat stress are workers of 65 years old or older, overweight with history of heart disease and high blood pressure, and taking medicine that may be affected by the high temperature causing life-threatening. Compared with the extreme cold, heat stress will probably cause more health problems and death to humans. Although there are a lot of literatures abounding with general guidelines notes on heat stress hazard, there is a gap of lacking scientific research that is specific to the construction industry, even laundry in Hong Kong. In general, an overview of the state of knowledge and studies is lacking as most of the focus are on the outdoor works instead of indoor for the heat and health studies. Furthermore, the lack of knowledge of developing severe heat developed indoors is highlighted in 2009 by WHO. Therefore, the study will be conducted based on the literature reference aiming to investigate how the heat developed in indoor laundry and evaluate the effectiveness of the suggested control measure for heat stress prevention. A literature review was conducted using a systematic search for public and sources, including books, journal, magazine, or other sources from internet database, as well as relevant websites, will be reviewed. The literature review aims to describe how severe heat can occur, how to identify the heat environment in indoor workplace, evaluate the assessment tool, what actions or control measures could be taken for heat stress prevention, for identifying the gaps as well as gaining of new insight. Keywords of searching were heat stress, hot working environment, etc. And also the study papers are available in the reference. The inclusion criteria for the literature review is the literature reviewed met the criteria that is original research articles in English published until 8th of August in 2023, and the study that investigate the heat stress or heat exposure in the workplace or laundry setting. The exclusion criteria is exclude the study that are not focusing on heat exposure in workplace setting. To conclude, 130 studies up to year 2022 were selected as part of this review. Studies were based on the cross-section study, literature review, quantitative approach, and field study and questionnaire survey. The studies examined the air quality, thermal stress in workplace, thermal comfort or heat, outdoor environments related to human effect, and mortality. All the studies indicate that exposure to the extreme hot environment contributes to risks of heat stress that harms the workers or may even death. The studies suggest different engineering and administrative controls in workplace which could be induced to minimize the heat exposure of the workers in the hospital laundry. One of the suggestions, which is simple and cost-effective on reducing heat and humidity, was by opening windows, using fans, air blowers, or installing exhaust ventilation to increase the airflow in the workplace. In addition, To provide cool rest area for workers where there is hot work environment, but there was no definite temperature suggest for the rest area. Some other common administrative measures suggested in the study were to provide sufficient water to workers, permeable clothing, PPE, as well as promulgating drinking water for heat stress prevention. Other findings: any gap addressed, limitation or weakness identified, or any suggestions are summarized below. Based on the review of literature, it was clear that a few studies has been done about the heat stress evaluation in laundry. In order to identify the heat stress in the workplace, WBGT is a direct, easy, and readily be interpret measurement for screening the workers' exposure to heat stress by considering the factors of temperature, heat radiation, humidity, air movement tasks, and the clothing of the WBGT could assess both indoor and outdoor conditions, but different exposure limits were set in standards for heat stress, and it is required to find suitable data for setting the limits in Hong Kong. When calculating the WBGT, the metabolic rate was found difficult for identified, and therefore the engineering and administration control is important for the heat stress prevention. The environment heat stress only triggers the heat illness incident only, and the psychological and personal health factor are prominent risk. Thus, a regular health screening would be suggested for the heat stress prevention other than the recommendation from the existing guidelines. Study also agree with the guidelines that taking the weather reports as reference, regular breaks and duty rotation to be implemented, providing shade or shelter, and personal cooling device cooling system, easy accessible drinking water, light color and loose fitting clothing, avoid working in enclosed and poor ventilation area, avoid alcoholic and caffeine drinks are effective for heat stress prevention. Moreover, it is critical to provide training and education for the workers to understand the basic principles, hazards, and prevention of heat stress. There is a variation on the degrees of susceptibility to heat stress of workers in different workplaces. A set of good practice and indices such as task arrangement and work stress pattern can be developed to workers. The early warning system against hot and humid climates, which can alert workers to occupational heat stress and provide intervention measures, could be considered for heat stress monitoring as well. Heat-related injuries such as heat stress should be included as occupational injuries or occupational disease to be reported. Also, the government would consider to establish a heat-related incident or injury reporting system to monitor the heat-related incidents and injuries, and then report to the Labor Department and other relevant government departments following other types of occupational injuries for fostering the better assessment of the heat-related injuries. Other than the literature review, the study was conducted in the hospital with a laundry department located in Hong Kong. A study will be applied for the study in the hospital starting in May 2022. And it was conducted in the form of combination method, which includes content analysis, measurement, questionnaire, survey, and face-to-face interview. The study measured the heat stress level by the WBGT, and qualitative and quantitative research method was also applied in the study for the evaluation. The study was carried out among laundry workers in the hospital. The target group to be investigated will be formed from the laundry in the study. Hospital laundry workers who consent to participate in the study are included in the study. Hospital laundry workers who did not consent to participate in the study are excluded. The estimate sample size of this study was calculated and will be around 130 laundry workers. Laundry workers who fulfill the inclusion criteria for the study will be shortlisted and recruited for the study. For those participating in the study will sign the informed consent, both quantitative and qualitative data will be collected. Firstly, questionnaires with questions designed and comment received from professionals and experts will be distributed to the participants to assess their comment on the workplace regarding the heat stress management. Secondly, pre and post on-site measurement by using the heat stress monitor will be conducted to evaluate the heat stress indices after more control measures are implemented. Lastly, face-to-face interview of around 10% of selected participants to be conducted for comments on the modifications for heat stress management is implemented. All the data collected will be analyzed and summarized, and recommendation will be provided. Data were collected between May and October 2022 in the hospital laundry. Workers were briefed for the aim and objective of the survey. Informed consent and questionnaires were distributed to the laundry workers participate in the survey to sign and complete. These are the scope of the study and covered in the questionnaire. After analyzing the data in the questionnaire, the result showed that female workers are more than the male workers. More than half of the respondents are aged between 54 to 65 with 66%, and about 1/4 were aged between the age of 36 to 50. Around 40% of the workers have less than 3 years working experience, while 1/3 of the workers with more than 9 years working experience. From the results show that the job duty of the workers was multitask, including folding, ironing, washing, dry or wet, administrative management, drying, disinfection, and stain removal, and they were all involved they were not involved in any hand washing clothes or other items. Overall, all the participants replied that they had to work under a hot environment, and most of them replied 30% of the working hours every day, as they were mainly involved in ironing process. 1/4 of the participants replied that they spent 10% and 40% of working hours working under hot environment, which were involved in folding or administrative management work and washing, folding, and ironing process respectively. About 70% of the participants required to work half of the time in hot environment for folding and ironing process, and 4% of the participants respond that they work 20% of working hours in the hot environment. After converting the total working hours of them, it was found that their average daily working hours were 8 hours, and the average working hours and median in the hot environment were 2.4 hours. In addition, although the participants had to work under the hot environment, all of them were arranged with special work arrangement. 96% of them have arranged with extra rest time to avoid excessive high temperature exposure. 4% of them report work was arranged to be carried out during cooler hours, and 4% also reported no special measures for them as they were administrative staff. There were heating devices nearby, such as the folding machine, ironing machine, washing machine, and drying machine. 100% of the participants were near the heating device, but they indicated that there were insulation or screen partition for separating the heat source. They also did not need to work outdoors under direct sunlight, and there were cover, shelters, or physical barriers in the working environment, and the weather is not very humid and hot. There were ventilation or extraction devices installed in the workplace for improving the working environment condition, but from the questionnaire results show that all the participants seldom work at outdoor where there is direct sunlight. The majority of the participants indicate that there were fans and coolers provided as a cooling equipment or products for cooling and ventilation enhancement. In addition, they sometimes use personal cooling supplies such as the cooling towel, cooling sleeves, and cooling spray when necessary. All the participants reported rest was arranged during the working period. The rest break was arranged according to their job duty. Over 70% workers breaks within less than 2 hours. Around 10% workers took break within 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours, while 4% workers took break or more than 4 hours. This group of workers were involved in the work with 10% to 20% work hours under hot environment working environment for stain removal or administrative management. A total of 124 participants reported different types of degrees and physical exertion were required at the same time while working in the hot environment, which including lifting, moving heavy objects, going up and downstairs. Among those who perform manual handling operation, 5% participants need to lift and move the heavy object up and downstairs at the same time, and the rest need to lift and move the heavy object separately, around 90%, or going up and down the staircase, around 5%. In terms of the participants who need to lift and move the heavy objects, about half of them had average load of less than 20 kilograms. However, there were 13% of them need to bear the weight of 21 to 30 kilograms, where they work an average continuous lifting or moving time was within 10 minutes. For the availability and arrangement of the aids, it was found that all of them are provided with two slight different sizes of trolleys for use. 88% of the participants indicated that they had to wear the work clothes designed and provided by laundry when working. They reported the new work clothes design was comfortable for them, which was light color, short sleeves, long trousers, light and breathable, and also loose fitting. In addition to the work clothes, participants also use personal protective equipment at work, including surgical masks, especially under the COVID-19 pandemic, and gloves. Some even wore N95 respirators at work by themselves. Others wearing full body PPEs when handling chemical, and 4% of them no need to wear any PPE. When asked whether they have ever experienced heat illness during the work, all of the participants did not suffer from any heat illness. All of the participants report that they would pay attention to the temperature and humidity of the working environment before starting work, with 92% obtaining the information from thermometer in the laundry area, while 58% of them said that they would check the temperature and humidity from observatory or mobile phone reminder. In terms of the heat stress risk assessment, all of them know there were risk assessment conducted by the management or the supervisor. In this survey, it is found that all the participants receive information and training on heat stress, heat disease by laundry. Most of the workers receive information on the measures against heat illness. More than half of the workers, 75%, received relevant information point out the types and symptoms of heat illness. As for the cause of heat illness and first aid method regarding heat stress in illness, 58% of the workers knew that. The simple conversion to heat index table, which is a comparison table used by employees, only 21% of the participants has heard that. At the same time, the heat stress management was conducted on site in August in 2022. Background WBGT was recorded before and after the measurement on the process of the high-risk area in press, blanket folder, tunnel finisher, flat work ironer, and garment folder. The TLV value is the WBGT equals to 28 degrees Celsius according to the ISO 7243 standard. Result was recorded by using the heat stress report format of the hospital. The location layout plan for the heat stress assessment, measurement result, and regional temperature and relative humidity from Hong Kong Observatory was also included in the study. The WGT effectiveness for 8 hours is calculated of WGT, including the metabolic rate and clothing factors. According to the standards set by the hospital, WGT effective was found higher than the TLV in the blanket folder area, tunnel finisher, posing high risk of heat stress for all workers. And implementation of the heat stress management program is recommended while the WGT effective of garment folder, press work, flat work ironer were between the action limit, and the TLV means heat stress is present with medium risk and may affect the unacclimatized workers, and general work controls and monitoring of conditions are recommended. Engineering control and administrative controls were recommended for laundry. For example, provision of drinking water, arrange the extra job rotation, maintain ventilation control, more than 18 ACH, installed extra exhaust fans or coolers to improve the ventilation and reduce the body temperature. Consider to install of window sun shield. Management and department support the recommendation provide and comments from workers. Improvement plan was imposed for the heat stress management in the laundry. Existing engineering, preventive or control measures were implemented for the heat stress management, such as provided portable fans, implemented shielding for radiating heat source, ventilation system, and has been installed, and also exhaust air duct system and fresh air duct system were set up. After receiving the recommendations, the management concerned on the issue, so new measures were implemented in progress for the heat stress management in the laundry. For example, pre-ordered and at around 10 ACO electric fans in workshop, 5 new air coolers were ordered and will be replaced in the workshop. And also, a thermal insulation film was in progress installed in the on the roof windows. Air conditioner were added in the tea room and also the resting area. And electric canopies were installed and water spray system applied on the roof for cooling down and lower the temperature as well. On the other hand, administrative control measures were implemented and in progress for improvement according to the recommendations. For work arrangement, job rotation and work schedule were arranged according to the weather condition. Under such hot environment, rest break was already arranged for the laundry workers. However, it was extremely hot in summer 2022. According to the Hong Kong Observatory in 2022 data record, it is the fourth longest period that the very hot weather warning signal has been hoisted. And with a higher temperature of 36.1 degrees Celsius and even higher temperature of 39 degrees Celsius was recorded in some areas such as Shengshui. Additional special rest break was provided on top of current rest breaks when very hot weather warning signal is on. Moreover, monitoring on the daily weather broadcast to see the whether there is very hot weather warning signal is hoisted. Supervisor will check the temperature on site and also maintain the communication with the staff. Provision of water on site, cool water dispensing machine and vending machine with chilled drinks was available. As I said, the vending machine was added in the tea room and also in order to provide more drinks, cold drinks for the workers. Promotion is also important for improving the alertness. Signage and notice has been posted up. Safety alert and smart tips such as our in-house OSH alert, OSH app, and also the LD information of heat stress information for them were promulgated in the hospital. For the workload control, part of the workload was reduced by means of increasing the outsourcing the laundry service of staff quarters from 2 days to 6 days in 1 week. Training on heat stress prevention was also provided to workers, and also heat stress reduction campaign was organized in the laundry. Workers attend the corporate heat stress management assessment and management training arranged by headquarters as well. PPE or coolant such as big hat, cooling towel, and cooling sleeves were provided for heat stress protection of workers. Newly designed tailor-made loose-fitting quick dry tee was provided as working clothes as well. The second heat stress measurement was conducted on-site in September 2022 for the same process conducted in first on-site measurement for comparison. Improvement was shown. The risk of exposure to heat stress and WGT effective was lowered after implementation of the measurements. The engineering control, administrative control, and other measures implemented was effective to lower the heat stress exposure. For the unstructured interview, 15 workers were invited for the face-to-face interview. They were asked to answer questions in 6 main categories, which include hot and environmental factors, ventilation and cooling equipment, arranging for rest and special work, manual handling operations, work clothing, and hot working environment information for further gathering details information. Interviewee reported that they were working under the hot working environment, such there were press machine, flat work ironer, garment folder, and tunnel finisher in the laundry. But they said that the environment was not too hot, as there were insulation for separating the heat source, and also no need to work outside under direct sunlight. Normally, they just need to transfer the linen from the truck during loading and unloading within 15 minutes with shelter covers. Workers and management replied that they were arranged with breaks every 2 hours for routine work. Apart from that, work will be arranged in cooler time, like early morning or after 3 p.m. and extra work. Rest time was provided for the workers under very hot weather warning. And they received the electronic drinks as well. Interviewees replied that the insulating screens newly applied and water spraying on the top helped to reflect the radiant heat from sunlight through the windows and lower the temperature. They were happy to have extra fans and coolers installed in the laundry for ventilation, which improved the hot air circulation and felt cooler. Some of them may bring their own cooling things, such as cooling sleeve or cooling towel when necessary. Interviewees also report that there were extra cold drink venting machine and air conditioners in the restroom were installed for them, which providing a comfort resting area for them under such hot environment. And also, laundering service was outsourced, decreased part of workload by outsourcing the laundry service of the staff quarter from 2 days per week to 6 days per week, helped them a lot. All of the interviewees had to lift, move heavy objects, and also go up and downstairs, but they report they seldom transport heavy objects up and downstairs, just come close for sewing and small bottles of chemical like each with 500 ml. Normally, they had to move the heavy objects around 10 to 20 kilograms by using different kinds of trolley. Lifting the linen was lower than 10 kilograms, like separating the linen into different groups and then tie the clean towel for around 10 towels for each pile. So the workload was not very heavy. No injury on duty was reported for MHO related. All the interviewees liked the newly designed quick dry tee, as it was light, breathable, loose fit, and easy to dry and would not stick on the body when switching. They report the old design one was not very good, as it stuck on the body when switching and felt uncomfortable. Also, they tried the cooling vest before, but they do not like that because they comment that it was a little bit heavy and need to change frequently, as the cooling agent could not be long lasting. All the interviewees checked that the temperature and checked the temperature and humidity, and mainly from the thermometers in the laundry. They also checked the observatory on mobile phone. The interviewees comment that it was worthy to have the risk assessment on heat stress, as they agree that the assessment is helpful in preventing the occurrence of heat illness. However, information and training received on them was not very comprehensive. Most of the interviewees received information on the control measures and against heat illness, and relevant information point out the types of symptoms and symptoms of heat illness. Training on the heat stress prevention and information dissemination should be enhanced for raising the awareness of the heat stress prevention. In conclusion, different control measures were introduced to minimize the risk of the exposure to heat. For example, the installation of exhaust hood on the source for lowering the humidity in the laundry. Although it is the simplest and cost-effective way to open the windows for heat and humidity reduction, there was a constraint, as the ceiling was high in the laundry and would be difficult to open and close the window on top every day. Air conditioning was also considered by management, but the huge budget brings concern for the air management. Using the fans and coolers in the laundry for airflow creation also helped for diluting the hot air in the laundry. Cooling rest area was provided for the workers to have break, recurring the heat stress facing by the workers. There was reduction in the WGT effective and also risk of exposure to heat stress in the second measurement after control measure implemented in the progress, which did not exceed the TLV recommended by the ISO standard, and also the ACGIH at WBGT. And the risk of exposure to heat stress was from low to medium of 8-hour exposure. It shows that the further engineering and administrative and other control measures will effectively reduce the heat stress exposure risk level. Extra setup of the fans, the coolers installed, and also the thermal insulation film was installed on the roof windows face by face, and also the additional air conditioner adding in the tea room and rest area, electric canopies installed, water spray system installed, and also job rotation, extra rest break provided, outsourcing the workload, and the newly designed quick dry tea effectively help the laundry workers for reducing the heat stress exposure and heat release. Although there was no heat stress related IOD report and low and medium risk of the heat stress exposure, it was recommended to have regular supervision, inspection, and quantitative reassessment of heat stress by our hygiene team in hospital if needed. In the long run, training plan, promotional events, and projects should be established for the laundry workers, as it is a key for the heat stress knowledge enhancement and raise the awareness of them to alert the heat stress early symptom and can have immediate measures when required. It not only ensures the occupational health and safety of the laundry workers, but also the productivity enhancement. For further study on the heat stress prevention, it would be beneficial to conduct a study to investigate the body weight, medical condition, and health history of the workers, and relationship for better understanding of the health impact on heat stress. Moreover, to measure the parameters in different ways for collecting an average result will be better than just one-day measurement. Furthermore, the impact on day and nighttime condition, clothing insulation value, and the acclimatization level will be considered in the further study for better understanding on the heat stress impact. And these are the reference for the studies. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to everyone for the support and guidance throughout my master's study. Wishing you good health and safety now and always. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yu. If you have any question for Ms. Yu, please keep it and we will have a Q&A section afterwards. So in the following time, I would like to share a topic about our membership. Because time is running out, I would like to keep it short and focus on postgraduate and undergraduate students. So we have two presentations. The first one is the standardized presentation material from IOSH headquarters. And I will pick some important slides to share with the student and audience. Okay, and this is the official standardized membership presentation from our headquarters. And the first few slides about what IOSH is. So I keep it short and to see what the membership is about. So you may be aware that after 22nd of November, the IOSH membership grade has been updated to the following. If you are an old member, you might aware that it's no longer graduate member available. It's become the certified member. So from IOSH headquarters, they would like to recommend students to join the student membership and progress further to other membership grade. And how membership grade could be progressed and upgraded. You can see the chart here. In summary, after a student graduates from an IOSH accredited course, if they could already obtain the 2 years of work experience, they could apply for certified member, which is equivalent to graduate member previously. The major difference is that certified member requires 2 years of work experience. Afterwards, certified member can undergo the initial professional development called IPD to become charter member. I would like to update that the IPD scheme would be replaced by the Professional Development Assessment called PDA to be launched in 2024. If there is any issue, please contact the Professional Development and Standard team in IOSH headquarters in the email here. And I would like to share how IOSH could support its member. As a student studying an accredited qualification, the student could be able to join IOSH as a student member if you want to. And you can see that there is a number of benefits that member can enjoy, even if you are a student member. There is a tool called Blueprint. We could facilitate the record of CPD to fulfill the membership requirement. Besides, there is also a mentoring platform which experienced mentor could offer support to junior member, especially student member, on how to develop their career. And related to our branches and group, I also have a variety of branches. Hong Kong branch is one of them. And different branches organize meetings, conference, workshops, site visit, and webinar, which provide valuable opportunities for development and networking. So if the student here would like to join as a student member, you have to pay a one-off £15 for the membership charge throughout the whole study period. Afterwards, you could progress to other membership status. If there are any questions about student membership, you could email this address. So the standard material is over, and I would like to share some membership status or questions from local context. Okay, you can see here is 2 job advertisements. One may argue that the membership fee of IOSH is really quite expensive, but there is still many overseas practitioners joining IOSH. What's the reason? You can see that there is some job opening, mostly senior position, that requires an IOSH membership as the requirement. So if you like to progress your career in overseas field, then being an IOSH member, especially a charter member, would definitely help. Besides, in the IOSH Hong Kong branch, we have organized a variety of networking and CPD events so that members could extend your network and facilitate personal development. And now I would also like to introduce a scheme. The scheme is funded by Professor Vincent Ho, called the Occupational Safety and Health Career Starter Sponsorship Program. The aim is to support professionally and financially full-time students of IOSH to join this professional as a student progress membership in IOSH. Here are the details. First of all, full-time student of IOSH accredited course could apply for student membership for a one-off fee of £15 online. Afterwards, they could apply for this program by submitting the form. Upon graduation, they could transfer to either, if they have experience, to certified member, or without experience, affiliate member. And the scheme will support 2 years of membership fee, around £150 to support the progression of membership for students. The information would be further reviewed and uploaded into the IOSH Hong Kong website for sharing. So here are some common questions obtained. The answer is obtained from the Professional Development and Standard Team of IOSH UK. And this might be the most recently received questions from members. So someone asked, the new certified member require 2 years of work experience. Could the experience obtained before or after graduation? IOSH headquarters replies that it is the experience before achieving the IOSH recognizes training could be counted. Sorry, this one. It means the experience can be considered from any time during a member career and does not need to be specific and post course. I repeat the previous line. IOSH headquarters recommended that because if a student do not have work experience after their graduation, they cannot apply for certified member directly. So is there any membership category suitable for them? IOSH headquarters replied that they could be joined as affiliate member or technical member if they have experience. Of course, for new graduates without experience, they cannot join a technical member. So they could join an affiliate membership grade. So someone will ask, we understand that there are some graduate member in Hong Kong branch. So will they automatically transfer to certified member or need any application? The IOSH headquarters replied that graduate member will be transferred automatically to certified member. And this question is asked for the course provider. Some IOSH accredited course previously are accredited for graduate membership. Now graduate membership no longer exist. So will get accredited as certified membership automatically? The answer is yes. So this question asks, graduate members could still register for IPD until the launch of new professional development route to charter membership. If the new professional development assessment route is not launched, the graduate cannot apply for graduate member and start the IPD, or else the graduate could be apply for certified member afterwards. The answer is any graduate or certified member eligible to apply for IPD until the replacement of professional development assessment in 2024. So if you allow a graduate member or just converted to certified member, I would recommend you start the IPD as soon as possible. Otherwise, you have to face a new scheme which we have lost much information on hand. So if there is any inquiries, you could contact IOSH headquarters directly by this email address, csc@iosh.com. So we now move on to the Q&A section. So if you have any question for Ms. Yu's presentation or with my presentation, please feel free to put in the chat box. So let's see if there is any questions. No. So Mr. Lam, please. You want to present? Yeah, thank you.
On behalf of IOSH Hong Kong branch, my name is Ses Lam, and that's on behalf of Hong Kong IOSH Hong Kong branch. We thank all the children to take part this children competition award, and then so it is a good platform, and then so for all the children students from different of the university to join together to share of their experience, and then so Hong Kong IOSH Hong Kong branch will continue, and then so to organize this competition award and need all the students from university to support, and then so in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lam. Thank you, Ms. Lam. We totally have something to say, or this is okay? Okay, thank you, thank you. So let me see, is there any questions up here? No, then that's not for life. Thank you for coming. Good night and goodbye.